Warm greetings to all our viewers today. This is Angela Murjani, your presenter for this program. I have a request of all of you viewers today. I'm asking you that you will keep your minds very open to receive this interesting yet different poet that I'm going to talk to you about. I want you to reserve your opinions for when we've completed the whole program. John Donne, who lived from 1572 to 1631, was an English poet, satirist, preacher and lawyer. His works include satires, sonnets, love poetry, religious poetry and a whole volume of extraordinarily deep religious sermons. John Donne is believed to be the founder of the metaphysical school of poets. And this term gives us the impression, although quite wrongly, that his poems deal with the nature of the universe. The term, however, relates more to a style of writing than subject matter. In fact, it represents the reaction of a group of poets to their experiences in this universe. The term metaphysical was first applied to the works of John Donne by another very great and well-read poet called John Dryden. Later, the highly respected academician Dr. Samuel Johnson included a whole group of poets who had come under the influence of John Donne and called them the metaphysical school of poets. In doing so, Dr. Johnson was referring to a kind of poetic procedure and imagery that was introduced by John Donne and followed by many other poets after him. The metaphysicals looked for a link between their emotions and mental concepts. All their images arose from a perceived likeness between things which were apparently very different from one another. As a result, all metaphysical images are more logical than they are sensuous or emotional. Donne set the metaphysical tone by writing poetry that was very opposed to the kind of themes that were popular in Elizabethan poetry. Firstly, he was opposed to the mellifluous and melodious strains of Elizabethan poetry. For Donne, it was more important to use the jagged, rough rhythms of actual human speech. In fact, some of his poems have been organized as a heated argument in which he's arguing either with a reluctant mistress or with an intruding friend, with death, with God, and sometimes even with himself. The next thing that Donne opposes in his poetry is the view of human life that was held by the Elizabethans, in which they idealized human life and especially sexual love. Donne's poetry is opposed to the kind of place that Petrarch and other Elizabethan sonnet writers gave to women. They exalted women to a position of great nobility as creatures who were honest, faithful and true. However, we find that in Donne's poetry, human motives are highly suspect and Donne is very cynical towards